Hey everyone, welcome to Mystic Journeys with Derek, HB, and Nerdy. How's everyone doing tonight?
Doing pretty good. Glad it's Friday. Glad the week's already over. Well, my week's really getting started. I got another event on Sunday.
Yes,
but
sir. I'm ready. I'll see you there, buddy.
yeah, I'm looking forward to that.
Yep, I'll see you there. Just looking for my fifth agreement book. I know I had it somewhere.
Just greeting everybody in the chat right here. Well, HB is walking
Yep.
away.
Here's everyone. Thank y'all for being here. Five Agreement Friday.
Yeah.
We are at the beginning of chapter 2, I believe. I need to start writing this down. Yep. Symbols and agreements is what we're on chapter 2. Yeah, I'd like to let everybody know I'm bottling my mushroom tea. It's already brewed. It needs to go through a filtering process to get all the small tea particulates out of it, and then it's going to be ready to rock and roll. Put in the bottle, pasteurize it, and then cap it up and be ready to go out on the first for anybody who wants it.
Nice.
Sir, I'm excited. I'll bring you guys some to the meetup, and Derek, I'll send you one as well. This is the color we're rocking with right here.
I like that color.
Yeah, super kind of a red with a little bit of an orange tinge to it.
Makes me think strawberry rhubarb or something like that.
Yeah. It tastes probably like nothing you've ever had before, honestly. I don't mean to toot my own horn, but this is a pretty good flavor. I like it a lot. And the next flavor we'll be releasing is jalapeno lemonade.
So we have 7 in the room right now, probably including me.
All right. Appreciate everyone. It's the fifth agreement. We're on page 15 and the softback copy of it anyway.
Sweet.
Chapter 2. It's called Symbols and Agreements. Just 1 second here. Make sure I have a leaf. Yeah. Okay. During all the years that we grew up, we make countless agreements with ourselves, with society, with everybody around us. But the most important agreements are the ones we make with ourselves by understanding the symbols we learned. The symbols are telling us what we believe about ourselves. They're telling us what we are and what we are not, what is possible and what is not possible. The voice of knowledge is telling us everything that we know. But who tells us if what we know is the truth? When we go to grammar school, high school, and college, we acquire a lot of knowledge. But what do we really know? Do we master the truth? No, we master a language, a symbology, and that symbology is the only truth because we agree, not because it really is the truth. Wherever we are born, whatever language we speak, we find that almost everything we know is really about the agreements, beginning with the symbols that we learn. If we are born in England, we learn English symbols. And if we are born in China, we learn Chinese symbols. But whether we learn English, Chinese, Spanish, German, Russian, or any other language, the symbols only have the value because we assign them a value and we agree on their meaning. If we don't agree, the meanings to the symbols are meaningless. The word tree, for example, is meaningful for people who speak English, but tree does not mean anything unless we believe that it means something, unless we agree. What it means for you, it means for me, and that's why we understand one another. What I'm saying right now, you understand because we agree with the meaning of every word that was programmed in our minds. But this doesn't mean that we completely agree. Each of us give a meaning to every word, and it's not exactly the same for everyone. If we focus our attention on the way any word is created, we find that whatever meaning we give to a word is there for no real reason. Sorry, let me reread that. If we focus our attention on the way any word is created, we find that whatever meaning we give to a word is there for no real reason. We put words together for nowhere. We make them up. Humans invented sound, every letter, every graphic symbol. And we hear a sound like A, and we say, this is a symbol for that sound. And we draw a symbol to represent that sound, and we put the symbol and the sound together, and we give it a meaning. Then every word in our mind has a meaning, but not because it's real and not because it's truth. It's because of an agreement that we have with ourselves and with everybody else who learns the same symbology. If we travel to another country where people speak a different language, we suddenly realize the importance of and power of agreement. And then it has a bunch of stuff here that you're not ever going to be able to read. It's kind of funny because let me show you guys what I'm actually seeing here.
The symbols.
So yeah, it literally starts to like speak in Spanish in like different cultures. So it's like meant to be proving his point how we can't understand it. A tree is only a tree, and the sun is only a sun, and the earth is only the earth if we agree. These symbols have no meaning in France, Russia, Turkey, Sweden, or any other place where the agreements are different. If we learn to speak English when we go to China and we hear people talking but we don't understand a word they are saying, nothing makes sense to us because it's not the symbology that we learn. Many things are foreign to us. It's like being in an other world. If we visit places of worship, we find that their beliefs are completely different and their rituals are completely different. Their mythologies have nothing to do with what we've learned. And one way to understand their culture is to learn the symbols that they use, which means their language. If we learn a new way of being, a new religion, a new philosophy, that this may create conflict with what we have learned before. And new beliefs clash with old beliefs, and the doubt comes right away. What is right and what is wrong? What is true? Is it true what I learned before? Is it true what I'm learning right now? And what is the truth? The truth is that all of our knowledge, 100% of it, is nothing more than symbols or words that we have invented for the need to understand and express what we perceive. Every word in our mind and on this page is just a symbol, but every word has the power of faith because we believe in its meaning without a doubt. Humans construct an entire belief system made up of symbols. We build an entire edifice of knowledge. I appreciate you, Derek. Then we use everything we know, which is nothing but symbology, to just to justify what we believe and to try to explain first to ourselves and then to everybody around us the way we perceive ourselves, the way we perceive the entire universe. And if we are aware of this, then it's easy to understand that all of the different mythologies, religions, and philosophies around the world, all the different beliefs and ways of thinking are nothing but agreements with ourselves and with other humans. They are our creation, but are they true? Everything that exists is true. The earth is true, the stars are true, the entire universe has always been true. But it's the symbols that we use to construct what we know are only true because we say so. Fucking here we go again. It's kind of really ironic. This book is lining up with our way back Wednesday because we were literally just talking about this. Your reality is only true to you, and my reality, yeah, 100%, dude. It's all about perspective.
Totally. I was thinking the same thing. Yep.
Yeah, you want to elaborate? Go ahead.
Basically, it's all about perspective. Like if I have a different experience with the term love. Like I have different heartbreaks, different relationships, different breakups, different successes in relationships. So my idea of what love is completely different than what your guys' idea of love is. It's based off of your past experiences. And like love isn't something that we can easily define because it is just people's opinions. just like the way people define God or religion or church, it depends on where you're coming from and what your past experiences with that is. But yeah, I thought it was very, very much in line with what you were saying on
Yeah,
Wednesday too. It's all about perspective.
100%.
And I know there's some people in my life that simply don't have the vocabulary to understand what I'm saying sometimes, and that's where a lot of the
Cognitive
strife in my
dissonance.
personal life comes from. Is
Yeah,
people like I'm not. We think we both are saying or on the same page, but we're both not. And it's just
yeah,
that we both had a different definition of what something was, like love, or you
yeah,
know
100%.
what it means to get something done.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, but yeah, I think it's all about. That's all I got to say about that.
Eric, you want to go?
Yeah, I think we have, you know, a lack of communication is a problem, because of the misunderstandings, like I can say one thing, and be joking around and then, be serious or something but there's an innuendo that maybe I'm not aware of with the next thing that I say, and then it kind of is off-putting to someone, like I had that happen to me before. And I was, what? No, that is way out there. I wasn't even thinking of anything
Not
like
what I
I didn't
meant.
know that was and
Mhm.
but I think having clear communication is key, and
100%.
you know, not having everybody knowing not everybody's been through the agreement,
Mhm.
so to just just try to clearly communicate and use your emotional intelligence to make sure that you're saying the right thing.
Yeah, 100%. And putting yourself in people's shoes is really the ultimate way for empathy. Two things I thought about when I was reading this are the Bhagavad Gita as the first one, because it's one of those things that, and to your point, you have to really explain how you feel and what your thoughts are on a subject before you introduce it, because if not, it introduces it as your idea. But I thought about this because people's programming, whenever they hear a thing like the Bible and they have an allergic reaction to it, or the Bhagavad Gita, or Taoism, or any of these different religions or scriptures, they read them and have a bad reaction because of their programming, the way that they were raised from the time that they were young. Yeah. And then the second thing that I thought about was the Egyptians, because, and you guys know me, I'm freaking Egypt fanatic as much as like a regular person could be. I'm not super knowledgeable on this stuff, but what I try to do, this is why I mentioned like empathy, putting yourself in people's shoes is the best way for compassion, because whenever I'm trying to understand a different culture that I don't understand, what I try to do is walk the walk and talk the talk. I try to put myself in those people's shoes, and what were they doing? How were they living life? What were they thinking about? Talking, eating, talk, like dreaming, doing. Like I wanted to know what all these people had in their life. Anything can be an innuendo if you really if you really try. I can't read the very end of that. Was some people search what?
Oh, he said some people search deliberately.
Yeah, 100%. People want to find something, they'll be there. Can't please everybody. Yeah, but yeah, the symbology is this is why I think that Egypt is a great example, because you're trying to like piece this culture together from literal symbology and trying to figure out their life. And again, the way you do it is by like living their life. And once you start to really put yourself in their shoes, like obviously I've never lived like an Egyptian, but you know what I'm saying? Like when you start to do things that they do and think the thoughts that they thought and really experience life from their perspective, and develop yourself into the culture. You're never better for not knowing something. I say this all the time. In all these cultures, you have something that you can learn. Even if you don't learn the language, you can still learn something from those people. That's the most best thing about that Mark Twain quote that I was talking about traveling the world, because you become narrow-minded and bigoted if you don't, is because you realize that just because people are from Sweden doesn't mean they're different people. They're the same kind of people that is right here in the chat amongst everybody else. We have people here from different cultures. David's from Australia. Mella's from Jamaica. We have people from all over in Canada and stuff like that as well too. So, yeah, man.
Kansas. Good luck to those guys.
Technically, still English speaking cultures, but it's a little different, man. Everywhere you go.
You learn a foreign language, but if you don't learn the culture, then it's kind of
How can you judge somebody you don't know? Yeah.
Yeah.
And when you get there, you're going to realize that there's nothing to judge anyway. That you're the one who needs to be judged.
pretty good.
Yeah, no doubt. Yeah.
Urban Dictionary, though, like you're saying, I mean, anybody can take something you said and reach and make it something you didn't say. Because there's a lot of things like we might think are normal. Even there's probably some off the wall term for mushroom pizza. You said, "Oh, I love mushroom pizza." You can go on Urban Dictionary and it's going to be something like, "Whoa, that's not what I meant." You know what I mean? So
100%.
someone with that knowledge, because they're into that type of thing, that slang or lingo or whatever, they might, take things that you say wrong.
Yeah, 100%.
You're just being innocent. You're not thinking of that off the wall stuff. But it took me. I was racking my brain when you were talking, trying to remember what was that. Yeah, it's an Urban Dictionary, and if you go on there, boy, there's some wild stuff on there.
That you could just say randomly and it would be something in
Yeah.
the Urban Dictionary, right?
You got that right, Unc.
Gotta watch it. You don't know what you're saying. These kids are crazy. 6, 7.
Okay, boomer.
Yeah.
I do that one every once in a while.
And I was telling my kid, like, I swear Unc was a good thing. Unc is a good thing, right? It's a good thing. Like, no.
Right. I haven't looked on there. I hope it. I mean,
apparently it's
Yeah.
not. Apparently it's like calling someone a boomer.
Yeah, it just means you're kind of old. Like uncle is like you're not old, but you're not gramps. But
Dude, I'm a
you're
cool
like
uncle. I
older.
don't know about you. Like all my nieces and nephews love me. I'm the cool uncle.
if kids running around or yelling 6, 7 in Skibidi toilet or whatever it is, and if they want to make fun of me, go ahead. I don't care. I used to watch Beavis and Butthead. I was into dumb shit.
No doubt. That wasn't my flavor, but yeah, I get what you're saying, man. Yeah, cheers, everyone. Thank y'all for being here.
I had a Norwegian friend who was vegan, called him his Norvegan.
Norwegian.
That's some of the best jokes. Speaking of jokes, what's brown and sticky?
What's brown and sticky?
Mhm.
Lots of stuff. Who?
A stick.
But a stick's not sticky though.
It's a stick. It's sticky.
We talked about this before. There's like different kinds of riddles like that. There are ones that are not technically true. There are ones that are technically true, but it's like there's different names for them too. I forget what they are. But
what's orange and rhymes with a carrot? No, sounds like a carrot. I said that wrong. It just totally ruined that joke.
Rhymes like a carrot.
What's orange? Yeah, I totally screwed that up. It was it was supposed to be what's orange and sounds like a parrot. The answer is a carrot. I totally just used the punchline and just messed that up. Serves me right for only getting 2 hours of sleep last night. Jesus. I was preparing diligently for my presentation today about introduction to foraging.
I got one for you.
Oh, yeah, what's that?
Spell silk.
Spell silk?
Yes.
S-I-L-K.
Spell silk.
S-I-L-K.
Okay, spell it one more time.
S-I-L-K.
What do cows drink?
Water.
Good job.
You're trying to get me to say milk. I get it. Okay.
Yeah, that's the hang up. I think I did that right. I'm not even exactly sure. I've never done it.
I think the person has to be blooded. You know.
Yeah, you got to kind of like get them along really quickly. I think that's the whole idea of it, right?
Yeah.
Orange and sounds like a parrot. Carrot. Yeah, a lot of stupid jokes, man. A lot of stupid jokes. Like there was a couple of those cow jokes that Pops was telling the other day, and I was like, oh yeah, those are pretty good ones. Like what do you call a cow with Parkinson's?
Okay.
Beef jerky.
Oh,
What do you call a cow without any legs?
Ground beef, I know that one.
Ground beef. Yeah, yeah, yeah. There's a dirty one too. I won't go there.
Come on.
after dark.
What's that?
It's
After
not
dark.
here, not in Colorado. We gotta wait a little while. So it's just going down. YouTube already hates us. We shouldn't push it, you know.
Yeah, right. We're already on the naughty list. But yeah, I don't know. It was a weird day.
Yeah, I
hate
just
to-
said I joined the stream.
That's
Did
HB
you
there.
hear the beep?
He's got
That
a
was
second camera. He's got a here. Look, I'll show you. It says you, but it's actually HB.
Oh,
Yeah, he's here. It's his doppelganger. It's not really him. Don't believe him. He's lying.
Yeah, I'm trying to add a picture here, but I might have to do it on this phone instead. Let's see. I just want to add that picture where I made for the Zeta T. Franks, whatever you want to freaking call it. Hold on 1 second here.
So I'm trying to figure out, like, in the Denver area, like, what is the best time to do an event that's not on a weekend and it's like during business hours. So today my event was from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. So I tried to do like a 2-hour block, hoping that people could come in during lunch or something like that.
oh yeah.
And I had a few people reach out to me last night, say they were coming, but when the event happened today, I was like, I got everything ready. My presentation got hooked up to the room. I was like, all the cameras were set up and like the microphones, everything. Nobody showed up. And I was like, but on the bright side, I was there for like a good 2 hours and I was able to work with the technology in the room, because this room is like next level, like for presentation for businesses and like meetings and things like that. But yeah, so now I actually I had like time alone in the room, learning how to use the cameras that are built into the ceiling and like all the microphones and everything. But like next month is going to be a good month. I am totally ready to rock this thing. Yeah, man, that advertisement looks good, I gotta say.
Appreciate you, man. This is all my words too. I want to mention. When I ran it through the AI filter to organize this, it kind of tweaked my words a little bit, like the organization of it. But all the paragraphs are my words, word for word. I didn't have AI write any of this. I said last night and wrote this thing up, and I was like, I don't want to sit there and like spew out too much, but I want to just like let people know like what the inspiration is behind it. Kind of like what the deal is with it.
Way to mansplain with all of your text there, HB.
Yeah, 100%.
No, I think
But,
I have a tendency to over-explain things too. The same way that you just kind of explained there is that I want people to
100%.
understand what I'm saying, and a lot of times I get misunderstood. So I have a tendency to over-elaborate.
100%. Less is more, and that's why you see here. It's just like a little paragraph that you could read, and then really the contact information is at the bottom. If you guys go to that, my LinkedIn profile is attached to that QR code, and then, or not my LinkedIn, my Linktree, and then from there you can message me on Discord or Instagram. Both my accounts are linked there, and if you want to know how to get it, then reach out to me.
That little stumpy bottle in the ad there, do you have those bottles?
No, I do not have those bottles. I have tall bottles. What I'm going to do though is I'm going to be transferring over to these kind of bottles, but they're not going to be brown. They're going to be blue, and they're not going to have those kind of caps. They're going to have screw caps.
I love that bottle.
Yeah.
In that
Yeah.
ad right there. It's like
They're
a red
pretty
stripe.
nice.
You
I can
need to-
show you what
just
the
need to
bottles
get a
are that I
case.
have right now, but it's just a regular classic brown bottle.
I think HB just needs to get a case of red stripe and just relabel them.
Get the blue ones.
Yep. Probably save money that way too. Those
Yeah, I
bottles are
bought
expensive.
these. I bought a 24 case of them. I don't know if you can
Nice.
see this on camera right here.
Yeah.
Yeah. So just regular bottles, and I'm gonna get them labeled up Sunday before the meetup, and then whenever I bring you yours, they'll be ready to go. I have labels on them and everything. I'm gonna bottle them up tonight.
Joe was right.
Fucking
Those
Sunday.
little stumpy bottles are basically old school Coors bottles.
That's a good point. Which is
Oh,
kind of
that's
my whole idea. Like I mean,
Colorado.
part of it is like I'm trying to make these where they're replacing alcohol for mushrooms. But at the same time, I do like blue bottles. I think it'd be cool, but getting blue bottles that look like this are kind of hard. Unless you buy a bunch of them. Yeah. Well, but you can get the medicine bottles that have the screw caps on them for like tinctures and stuff like that, which I'm considering using. Or like you even mentioned, the ones with the flip tops or whatever, right? So
Yeah.
we'll see. But for now, guys, we're just going to do this just to see if everybody likes it and get some feedback on it. And then if this works out, then we'll keep upgrading as we go along.
Yeah.
Starting small, a little slow.
Baby steps.
Yeah, and what I'm focusing on right now is like packaging is really important because it's part of the professionalism, but I want everything to be quality, sanitary, and consistent. So that's really what I'm focusing on. It doesn't matter if you get it in a mason jar or a bottle like that or whatever, you can guarantee that you're going to get a good, consistent, clean product every single time. That's what I'm really focusing on. So yeah.
That's something that they
Yeah,
discussed on the Celestial Seasonings tour, is that it's really, really difficult to maintain consistency when it comes to like herbs and stuff. And
Yes.
they had some really interesting techniques. I really want to go there with you. It'd be a lot of fun.
Yeah, man, I would love to fucking get in on that kind of stuff.
I think it's like
there
a
was a-
$6 tour or something like that. It's cheap.
There was a podcast I was watching maybe a month or two ago that kind of explained the whole freaking making pills down into different milligrams and stuff like that, and the whole science behind it was really intriguing. And they basically had to make the math work. Something I'm always trying to, up my game and push a little farther, a little farther. But now I'm like starting to dabble into mycology too. So, yeah.
I forget how to spell cobalt.
Thanks everyone so much for everybody's support for this. And then, if you got any questions, again, reach out to me. Thank you guys so much. Wazzy, appreciate you guys.
Thank you everyone for being here. Really awesome.
Yeah. You can,
Melo
That's
makes a
terrific.
great point. Blue might be more attracted to female customers, so maybe I could like offer a flavor in a blue bottle.
depending on the recipe. Like one recipe may be using the blue bottle, another one might be using brown.
Exactly
Maybe I
right.
have one that's more feminine, maybe one that's more masculine. Different
Correct.
recipes.
The Rolling Rock commercials, because those are green bottles, and I think
My
several
dad
of
used to
the
be
commercials, they were women, and they were like, "Dude, what's he drinking? Cough syrup?" Because the dudes were drinking out of brown
Yeah.
bottles.
Uh-huh.
So they're kind of making fun of the brown bottles, like, "Ooh, what are they drinking? Cough syrup?" They were drinking.
Obviously,
out of
this flavor is called Pharaohs, so it's a little bit of like, masculine theme thing, I guess. But the flavor is really great. It's not like a masculine flavor, I guess. It's like a flavor that anybody could enjoy.
Yeah.
And the jalapeno lemonade is something that I make on a regular basis. So it's just a matter of getting the sugar content right, the acidic content right, and then adding the mushrooms to it. Because obviously you don't want it to be too sour or too sweet, but you want it to be sour and sweet enough to where you can pasteurize it and have it preserved for months on a shelf. Ideally 3 to 6 months or more. Which obviously, if it's bottled up tonight, I don't even have time to test. So it'll be an experiment along the way for people to experiment with.
Hmm.
For now, we're just going to keep these batches fresh as possible. We're just going to make them brand new as quickly as we can.
Cookies. That's a good one right there. So, Blue Sky coming soon. I like that name. And Mello says, as a woman, a little blue bottle, cute and innocent. Brown looks more ominous, and it looks, I think, is the word.
I could call it Blue Sky. It'd be pretty
Ominous
cool.
makes sense. Yeah, just seems more like it's like you're trying to cure like chlamydia or something with the brown bottle.
Well, none of it looks like a beer, though, right? Because if I put a bright label on it, like I have, it probably just looks like an
Sarsaparilla.
IPA.
That's why
Yeah.
cowboys used to drink sarsaparilla because it helped with their chlamydia.
Oh, okay. I see what you're saying. It's like a medicinal thing.
Yeah, because
Yeah,
STDs were everywhere in the West.
I tried to put them here, but they didn't look as like nice and professional as I want. So I'm gonna go take them to a printing shop and then get them printed out. Like I said, Sunday before the meetup.
Blue Mello says blue is a clean color people associate with good things, clean things. Brown is a medicine. or beer.
Exactly right.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And I also could, if you go deeper into color theory, blue is the color for professionalism and trust.
I mean, this is what I feel in my heart. It was like killing me to use these brown bottles, but I'm like, you know what? For now, we'll just do this and then make it work later. Yeah, I could feel that because I'm like, yeah, it's like that's what my whole deal is. You know what I'm saying? Like anybody could just put mushrooms in a bottle and put it out and sell it, but I wanted to be professional. That's what I wanted to be able to like separate me from other people doing it. Sky's the limit. Yeah, Zeta, and by the way, it's called Zeta. Some people think it's called Zeta. It's called Zeta, and it's from. A lot of people know the lore of the gray aliens and how about they apparently come from the Zeta Reticuli star system. Obviously, we've mentioned this on the show, I think, already once that Zeta is a Greek number. I'm not sure what number, but anyway, it's yeah, well, right, yeah, but the reference is supposed to be related to the Zeta Reticuli star system, where apparently the gray aliens come from, because it's a mushroom drink. It kind of like I was looking for a space theme and something that's like alien. It's like trippy. So yeah, and the Pharaohs is just the name of the tea, the name of the flavor of the tea, because it has the blue lotus and the chocolate and inspiration. So it's the way that the Egyptians used to use the sacrament. So I want to bring that to the modern day age and enlighten people, give them the trip that, I want to give people the trip the way that I like a trip. And that's two ways. One, by combining it with these other sacraments like chocolate and blue lotus. And two is by slowly increasing your doses. You're not just going to drink a 2-gram drink and be totally zooted out of your mind. You're just going to drink a 2.5. Then you can drink another. Then you can drink another, just like beer, right? You're not just like chugging a 6-pack to get fucked up, because that's where you start to lose the respect for the medicine. So maybe later on we will upgrade to a 0.5 gram dose, but for now they're going to be 1/4 gram by weight.
Band practice. Is that what they call it these days? Hey, was? Band practice?
Yeah, cheers, buddy. Cheers. He says 420 somewhere.
Yep. No, I'm
Fun
sure,
fact about the
he
other day.
actually means real band practice, because he is quite the musician.
Mel says here, fun fact, I figured out the other day they called them Nordic aliens. They all look like me. Some sing the Twilight Zone tune. It's funny because I'm always the one to tell my friends about this, because, Hitler was crazy. He did a lot of horrible shit, killed a lot of people, was fucking sadistic. But his inspiration for what he did was this idea that these people came from a star system, and the blonde hair, blue eye. The whole reason why he was like killing everybody but people with blonde hair, blue eyes, is because he was trying to create the perfect race, because he claimed that aliens had come here and put DNA inside of human beings, and that there was still some of their DNA inside of us.
Right.
That people with blonde hair and blue eyes had more prominent of that DNA.
Or something. Some of the stuff.
Yes, 100%. I'm not very versed in this, but yes, sir, you're vaguely correct as far as I know, right? So yeah.
Aryan or Aryans. Or
yeah, there's like different ones. So yeah, maybe they're the same, maybe they're different, and who knows? Yeah, it's just myth as far as we know, right?
Yeah. But I used to love ancient alien theories and stuff when I was growing up. I don't subscribe to any of it really, but
Really,
I don't know.
I do actually.
It's fun
I
to
subscribe
think
to a
about.
lot of it, but do I believe it? It's like no, because it's like hard to believe. But
Mm.
there's a lot of sustainable evidence for this kind of stuff, dude.
I used to listen to a lot of Graham Hancock back in the day.
Yep. Yep.
But I
And
don't.
he's one of the guys who talks about what I talked about, like in the Bible, that they shoved this stuff out of the Bible because some priests were like they decided that it wasn't supposed to be talked about. But they talked about how these race of giant humans came down from Earth and they bred with human beings and that they ate people, they were cannibals, and that people were feeding people to them. And then when they didn't feed them, whenever they couldn't keep up with the amount of people that they were supposed to feed them, they retaliated and turned on them and they had to kill them. This is in the Bible, but yet some priests decided to take it out because it didn't align with any of the other stuff in the Bible, which is all speculation and could be like a crazy story, right? It's weird. Makes you think. It goes, why would they take this out?
It's hard to tell.
It is, man.
It's hard to say.
I'm open-minded to this kind of stuff.
Why things got added or removed.
Yeah, 100%, man. And they're not the only culture who has a story about this. That's the interesting thing. Cultures who are apparently separated by oceans have similar stories of same craft, same beings. It's interesting stuff, man. Again, do I believe it? It's like no. But if I had to guess or bet, like if you were like just guess one way or the other, I'd be like, yeah, sure. Like sure, the aliens came down here and they messed with our DNA and they created who we are. Like who's to say that didn't happen? I don't know, man. But I wouldn't be surprised if they didn't have anything to do with it. If it was just like evolution.
Cave drawings and stuff like that of UFOs and
yes, sir. Religious drawings and stuff like that as well too. Yeah,
across the world, So
yeah, man.
Way these people here could have told those people, but they had drawn what they seen, stuff like that.
Correct.
Like the tall people, So there is historic data on a lot of that stuff, but I don't know how much of it, like you're saying, is actually real,
Yeah, and I think that a lot of people look at it like we talk about mushrooms because we use a lot of pictures of ancient symbolism of mushrooms in religion and Christianity. But a lot of people could look at it and be like, "Oh, that's total bullcrap," right? And they might be right. We have to be open-minded about these kinds of things and remember to practice our whole Fifth Agreement on Fifth Agreement Friday. It's a perfect thing because it's like we got to be skeptical and learn to listen. 100%. And somebody, Joe, I think maybe in the chat was talking about all this crazy crap that's been going on with these UFOologists and people in science dying, apparently being murdered or whatever's going on. I think it's intriguing, man. I think it's like, do I know? I mean, it's hard to know because I wasn't there. I don't want to know anything about this. But I think it's intriguing. I think it's an interesting topic.
Yeah,
it's something that like either something's going on or nothing's going on, and it's just total coincidence. Because I think about this whenever I look at this, and like people do commit suicide, and people are murdered. Like it does happen in today's society, but are they being murdered, or are they being like framed and make it seem like it was a suicide? It's an interesting question.
Who are you talking about?
That one UFO guy, though, like recently before he did all this stuff, he was like, "I am not suicidal."
Yeah, and that girl too. That girl as well. I think it's Joe, buddy. Hold on 1 second. Let me pull it up.
Joe mentioned David Wilcox, Colorado native, ancient aliens host guest.
Correct.
He said that he wasn't suicidal. I haven't heard about this.
Yeah, man. This has been going on. There's like, apparently they just added another one. There's like 14 different people who have been murdered in the science community. They either work on anti-gravity propulsion systems, like that girl who worked in Huntsville, Alabama. This has been going all over, going viral. She died in like 2022. It's finally going viral over this stuff because she worked on anti-gravity devices. Her father apparently was the 5th person to independently discover anti-gravity. So they were watching her. Yeah.
Recently that like 10 scientists just mysteriously died. Very suspicious.
Some of it from suicide and some of it, this is what I'm talking about, brother. Now hear me out. This girl. Yeah, 100%. So apparently her father is supposed to be the 5th person to ever independently discover anti-gravity. So what the issue is here, the whole conspiracy is that they're killing these people because if this technology gets out, it will create free energy for everybody. We won't ever have to like pay an electric bill anymore. Right? We'll be able to like travel the stars faster than we've ever been able to do it before. because we finally figured out zero gravity or any gravity technology, so we can move around like alien ships reportedly do.
I think a lot
So
of
anyway,
Tesla's
she
stuff
lived in
was
Huntsville,
suppressed because of
Alabama,
that.
where she was talking about she's like it's the greatest thing that people have never heard of because they build like they're the ones who sent people to the moon during the um space race. So anyways, interesting stuff, man. If you start to look into it, it's like hard to believe that all these people who are literally like, hey man, I'm not suicidal,
Really
just end up
suspicious,
dead from suicide. It's like
especially with
it's almost like,
the
and we gotta be real because the government's been caught red handed doing this stuff before, like killing
they have
people and then coming back, you know what I'm saying? So if they want to get away with it, they
not
can. And
just
if they want to
not
come back
just
later and be like,
government,
yeah, we did that, they definitely can, dude.
wealthy people have been caught talking about population control.
Yes, brother.
And stuff.
Yeah, so you have to
But
be again, you
that's
gotta
another
practice your
day, another
physical.
story.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, 100%. But yeah, as far as the alien stuff's concerned, who knows, man? It's an interesting topic. I like to think about and speculate.
Alien stuff is like I've always had a soft spot for sure. I want to believe about aliens.
Yeah, me too.
Like I
Yeah,
honestly,
man.
I do believe that aliens exist. That's not something that I question. It's just that I don't
Mhm.
know if they actually interact with us in our society in any way.
All right.
I think I'm still skeptical about that.
Well, I heard one
But,
gentleman say it pretty well. It's like, I
well,
think that here in Western society, we've never interacted with aliens per se. But in Eastern societies, again, Christianity and Buddhism and Taoism and Hinduism, they talk about how they've been influenced by these beings from above, dude. And if you don't know any better and an alien comes down, it'd be like human beings with guns and phones intervening into a society of bow and arrows and stuff like that. They're going to think we're gods. They're going to think we're magical because we have technology and stuff. So it'd be no different if aliens came down here to us.
I think the aliens, if they were here, they would have far greater technology than we do. And just like
Yep.
people say no, it didn't happen yet. Did that UFO crash in Roswell? It was not long after that we started getting technology. I mean, we had
Fiber
these
optics and things like that.
new radios, and then black and white TVs, and now everyone's got this phone that's like a TV, better than a TV, better than anything we've ever had before.
I'm
Basically,
just saying, dude. I'm just saying. It seems a little suspicious if you look into it. It's hard to
Yeah.
deny.
Some
Yeah.
of the other
I practice my fifth, man.
don't go down though. Like people say, we took the lead paint out because it blocks signal, but they were doing this
Mhm.
before having
causing
that.
brain damage.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's-
but they probably were doing it on purpose. Because again, the same way I was talking about, so the first time the government's been caught red-handed, like literally poisoning their own people, doing tests to see what their reaction would be. It's like all the conspiracy theories that shit. I was just thinking that shit whenever I was taking a shower this morning. I'm like, dude, all the conspiracy theories that we used to think whenever we were little kids, like everything we used to think about, the universe being run by pedophiles and stuff like that. It's like we used to think it was all false. And look at what's happening in front of our eyes, man. We have to practice our fifth agreement. We always got to be just looking around the corner for the next piece of evidence to try to tell the story.
Well, that's what I was
Until we
doing. I
do.
was being skeptical.
Yeah,
But,
me too.
yeah. Jesus.
A little too skeptical, I think, honestly.
COVID has given a lot of people trust issues.
Oh
you
yeah.
know. There was,
Yeah, I would agree with that.
They were said and not said, but what blew my mind was, like they were saying, well, it came from a bat in Wuhan, but that was part of that meeting that they had, that population meeting or something like that. That was months before. But actually, I found out, like reading and stuff, that it came from Chapel Hill, North Carolina, and that just
Yeah, we're getting down a really big conspiracy rabbit hole, but this is part of what ties into all these people dying is that some of these people are claiming that Epstein, whenever he said to them that if you kill me or you put me in jail, I'm going to release this kill switch, which was COVID. So after he died, then COVID released.
Who?
So that's kind of like Epstein.
Oh, you think? Okay, you think that's connected? Okay.
Yeah. Apparently, it's correlated, but again, who knows, man? If you think about it, you look at the timeline. It's pretty interesting. It's like people like that really do things like that. It's like
Now
we
that
think it's like stuff that's in movies, but it's like if they're making movies about it, somebody's doing it, dude.
I'm not
Like
going to
somebody
get
has
too
a
far
case.
into my conspiratorial beliefs, but yeah, that is on the right timeline.
Yeah, man.
But I don't think that
If you're
Epstein has anything to do with COVID.
Yeah.
maybe so, dude. I mean,
No
again,
reason
because
to
it's like
believe that.
if he isn't the one who's doing it, then who is the one who's doing it? Is what my question is. Because to say that no
Plenty
one's
of
doing
other
it or no one's capable of
wealthy
doing
and
it,
influential people out there that are
yeah,
pretty happy to do
100%,
stuff like that.
100%. Because what the whole point is like they think they're doing this shit for good. We talk about this a lot. It's like the
Thanos.
give and take is like, yeah, man, exactly right, dude. Like they think they're doing this shit because they're trying to take out the population of people because human beings are ruining the earth. So they're like, if we can just get rid of a bunch of these people, like we take care of you guys. We, the kings, we take care of society. Without us, you crumble anyway. So what we're gonna do is take half of you, push you off the cliff, and then society will be back to normal. The balance will be restored. It's literally some Hitler stuff, dude.
The Brothers Grimsby, it tried to warn us.
Yeah,
Trying
it's
to
great whenever it's nothing new. Yeah, they've been talking about this stuff since the 70s, way before even the 70s. So yeah, nothing new, man. Roswell was in the 60s, wasn't it? I mean, Jesus.
No, Roswell was in the 50s or 40s. It was back when we had like black and white TVs and these huge radios.
Yeah, for sure.
Transistors, and now there was like a switch, and then everybody started getting this technology. But there was like,
yeah, you're right. Fiber optics came about. Yeah, they claim that somebody, I forget, was claimed that that's how we got fiber optics was from that crash. We discovered it in
1947.
that shit.
1947.
Mm-hmm. And that's
Yeah.
when
47,
they started. That's when they started. What was it? They started dabbling in the cell phone technology and stuff too. That's where it all came from.
Sweet. Yeah, man, it's crazy.
Yeah, it took them a while to
Yeah, I'm
figure
not
it out.
super big into this stuff, but I think about it a lot, And I think if what Bob Lazar is saying is true, science can only happen if you can, like, if I can come to you and be like, you're the mushroom guy, I'm the plant guy. Maybe we can find something in correlation with these mushrooms and plants that we can learn more from each other than if we never talk to each other. But that's how science progresses. If we never speak, then we're creating science in a bubble that never spreads. You know what I mean? It's like the sharing of information.
You're talking about the
Creating
endo and ectomycorrhizal relationships.
Right on. I don't know what the hell you're talking about, but I can teach you to think tree by place. I might have something to explain it. That's my whole point. Like, I might have an answer for you, even though I don't know what you're saying.
I swear, every single plant and tree has a relationship with a fungus. We just don't know what it is necessarily yet.
Right.
Especially the medicinal ones.
Well, of course, because they have these special components. The same reason why we take them.
When I say medicinal ones, I mean medicinal plants and medicinal mushrooms. I feel like they're giving each other their medicines.
Oh yeah, 100%. It would make sense. Same reason why plants or animals take these plants to get healthy.
And I think a lot of the mushrooms that grow on wood and they're like the polypores. They're far more medicinal, like turkey tail and fomitopsis and a lot of those. They're just wood, and you can't eat it. But they have so much medicine locked inside if you just can get it out.
Well, some of them you can, like cherry tree, sweet gum tree, white willow tree. There's a lot of trees that I use for the inner bark of the tree, which also makes sense because the inner bark is a lot of times
white willow. I wonder if oysters are known for growing on white willow.
Maybe. Do you know that it's pain medicine?
Yes. Did you know that oysters have the same effect?
Oh, I didn't know that.
It's a pain reliever. So if you make a tincture of oyster mushrooms, you can use it as the same thing as like aspirin.
Oh, yes, I have heard of this actually. Yes, I have heard of this, Nerdy. Yeah.
So that's where white willow bark is. That's what they use to make aspirin. Yeah.
Yeah, 100%. Well, actually, no, technically not. It's a slightly different chemical. Actually, it's a misnomer that it is the same chemical. But what is true is that the chemical that does create the same effect is 7 times stronger and at lower doses than Tylenol. So that's the
Interesting.
special little thing to this. Yeah,
So
100%.
it's
There's
based
been a
off
lot
of
of science.
compound.
Yeah, 100%. And I'm super into like, you know, what I help people with most commonly with herbs is sleep, but then the second thing is pain. So I'm always like looking out for the next. There are some herbs like wild lettuce and stuff that contain opium in it. So it's there's tons of different natural pain medicines. You just have to know which ones, and obviously anything with opium has a risk of addiction and blah blah blah. But white willow
Sleep,
is pretty harmless for the most part.
yeah, and sleep and pain, they're very closely related because if you're in pain, you're not going to sleep well. You know,
Mhm.
you know,
Very very true, man.
I used to smoke, before going to bed, and it would help me sleep. But uh, with having pain, you're not going to sleep. It affects the sleep.
Right.
Which is why I recommend cannabis first before anything. Like if you want an herb that works good for pain and sleep, you gotta do some cannabis. Unless you don't do cannabis, there are other tons of great natural herbs. But I'm just gonna be real with you. Cannabis is one of the best herbs for sleep and pain. It just is. I haven't found a much better one.
Valerian root's a good one.
Tons of Blue Lotus as well.
If you're feeling brave, you could get your hands on some Amanita muscaria and process it properly, and that's a sleep aid. It directly affects your GABA receptors.
People underestimate the simple herbs like mint and chamomile and stuff like that. They're really great for sleep. Lavender. These things have been used for thousands of years since Egyptian times. 100%, dude.
Catnip grows everywhere, and it's so abundant. You can just pick it in the summer, and you're good all year round. You have all the catnip you want. Make your own sleepy time tea.
Exactly right. 100%, man. I encourage people. Forage for it if you can. If not, grow it yourself. Like Nerdy mentioned, it grows everywhere. You could probably find somebody with it.
Yeah.
Just make sure what you're harvesting doesn't have any sprayed chemicals or weed pesticides or anything like that. You want to make sure, at least for the past year, that nothing's been sprayed. Not near roads or runoffs of like oil slicks or anything like that, and not near power lines as well. It's important to remember.
Since I just recently wrote my introduction to foraging presentation, a few things that I would recommend or recommend against is do not ever forage in state parks or national parks. It is very illegal, and you do not want to get caught. If you're in a state park or national park, go ahead and fire up iNaturalist, take some pictures. You're not going to hurt anything by taking pictures and uploading it and letting people know what you found. But don't take anything with you. Private land is a good place to start, especially if you're friends with the owner, or if it's, but National Forest Service land is okay. So is wilderness. It's generally frowned upon, but it's not illegal. And there was one other, like city parks and things, you got to be careful because like certain municipalities have it. It's very, very illegal to forage in parks, especially in the Boulder area, I learned. So in the Boulder area, you cannot forage at parks. That was a surprise to me, considering it's Boulder. It's where all the hippies live. Like, what are they trying to do? Prevent these hippies from living off the land or what? It's really weird to me. Well, it's like wealthy hippies. They're not like the traditional hippies with like the it's like the yuppies. Yeah. But yeah, like that's also what HB said. Like if you see those little flags like in a field or something like that where they sprayed some chemicals, do not pick things from there for consumption.
Or you can look. You can obviously look and be like, okay, this grass right here is really short, but I'm looking in the woods and it's tall, 3 foot tall. Go over there in the grass where it's 3 foot tall because that's where you're going to want to harvest.
And if I'm in like Cherry Creek State Park, I know they're not spraying anything, and some greens might end up making its way into my bag, but no one's going to know.
Check your local laws. That's all I can say because every place you go to is different. Every state you go to is different. So yeah, just check your local laws. Make sure you're doing what you're wanting to be doing. If you can afford or if you have the area to grow your own stuff, that's what I recommend. But anything you can't, go forage, man. It's really the time of year to be doing it.
And another thing I would like to point out is you cannot sell anything that you forage for commercial purposes unless you get a permit. And that's usually a permit from the Bureau of Land Management or the U.S. Forest Service. And if it's mushrooms and you're in the state of Colorado, you need to be approved by the state of Colorado to be able to forage and sell mushrooms to restaurants. Doesn't cost any fees, but you need to have a recommendation from a well-known mycologist. Yeah, sorry, I just wanted to get that out there.
No, that's it, man. I don't know if it's the same with
It's so
herbs.
weird
to be
to
honest
me
with
that it's like it's illegal to forage. It just blows my mind. Like I understand having fishing licenses and stuff. You don't want people to overfish or overhunt. That makes sense. Yes, that's correct, Joe Dees. National forests are okay, just not national parks. So National Forest Service, good. National parks, not okay.
Yeah.
And there's you'll notice it, and on the map, it'll generally say something like Rocky Mountain National Park. I can't forage there, but like Pikes Peak National, what is it? There's like most of the area around Pikes Peak is all Forest Service land. So and it's like it's way less regulated down in the Springs area than it is up in Boulder. Like you can just go out there and that surprises me because Colorado Springs is far more military and like conservative and just but Boulder is known for hippies and stuff. So it's funny that like Boulder is far more restricted when it comes to foraging, but like in the Springs area, they are extremely unregulated. They're like, yeah, just go ahead, go pick some mushrooms. We don't care. But they get better weather. They have more moisture. And it's the spot in Colorado to get the best mushrooms. It's like just inside the mountains from the Colorado Springs, like around Woodland Park area. Just past Woodland Park is where I find the best mushrooms. Well, in the past, I have a few friends that have shown me some good sweet spots. But anyway.
Camera orientation's all weird.
Absolutely, I agree with that, David. Foraging should be allowed because it's good for nature. The more you pick and the more you spread stuff around, the better it is.
Yeah.
Especially with mushrooms, you're spreading spores by picking a mushroom. And if you clean the mushroom in the field with your knife and leave those little fragments, those can just resprout. Start a new mat. It's not like you're actually like picking the entire organism. You're just like picking a berry off a bush or an apple off a tree.
The mycelium's still there.
Yeah, all the mycelium's still in the ground. It's going to produce more mushrooms when you leave.
Yeah.
Yep. I am
Slide the Family Stone tomorrow. Sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead. What are you saying?
Slide the Family Stone tomorrow for riffing with HB.
Sweet.
Yep.
Sunday in Fort Collins at the Masonic Event Center from 2 to 4 p.m. Me and HB will be there, and I'll be teaching a presentation on Introduction to Foraging for Science. It's basically teaching you how to properly harvest mushrooms, dry them at the right temperatures, how to bag them, how to label them. I provide all of links to all of the tools, how to get the right labels and things like that, how to create your own fungarium at home, how to get research grade pictures on your iNaturalist listings. iNaturalist is the best app, and I want everybody to be using it, especially up there in the Fort Collins area, because there's this big, huge gap of on the map where there aren't a lot of DNA sequenced mushrooms.
So yeah, come next weekend, hell or high water, no matter what the weather's like, I'm going camping and I'm going to go out and go foraging. So
Hell yeah.
I'm excited about that.
That's what I like to hear.
I saw Pikes Peak's doing a camping thing. That's really intriguing, man. I'm thinking about maybe taking over that offer. We'll see.
Oh, that's in June. Yeah, the Pikes Peak.
2 nights, $30.
Yeah.
Comes with meals in the morning and night. Um, foraging
Just
equipment like UV lights and stuff
FYI,
for foraging.
the
Yeah.
location is going to be kind of close to where we do the Rocky Mountain Mush Fest. So
Cool.
it'll be
Sweet.
kind of like it'll be a little preview for Rocky Mountain Mush Fest, since this is early June and Rocky Mountain Mush Fest is early July.
Oh,
So it'll be a nice little preview, and we'll drive past. If we carpool, even we could drive past the meadow.
be really sweet, man. Hey, just let me know. That'd be really cool.
Because we
I'm
will
still
be
planning
going
on
right past. We'll go
Sweet.
right past the meadow on the way.
So yeah, I still plan on going to Mountain Terrace sometime. I don't know exactly when. Maybe I could plan it where I do all of them at one time. We'll see. Be sweet.
And I'm also going to be planning my own camping trip at Lost Creek. I just haven't picked a date yet.
Got too much shit going on, dude.
No, I want to do so much more. I just don't have enough.
I know, man. You know what? I think it'd be really cool if we had an in-person Mystics place for people to actually come and meet up. Because I was just going to mention, if anybody here, like Nerdy said, we're both going to be at the meetup at Sunday. So if you guys are around, you can come. But obviously, most people here in the chat aren't from Colorado. But it'd be so cool, like have a real in-house Mystics church for us to do this live show and give a sermon or whatever, right, to our people. So really cool.
Hopefully, Rocky Mountain Mush Fest will be kind of one of our first gatherings in a way. Like
yeah, for sure.
People coming in.
For sure.
Kind of a multi-purpose event.
Yeah, cool. On the 16th through the 19th, if you guys are interested, one more time, where's the area, Nerdy?
Oh, it's down in Colorado City.
So
on the 16th to 19th of July, Colorado City, Colorado. It's like right between. It's kind of on the edge of Colorado City. It's like right between Colorado City and Rye. Nobody knows where Rye is, but that's okay. Cool. Rye Mountain's a decent place to forage. They found some mushrooms there last summer. Not many, but some.
You guys, hey, anybody who hasn't signed up, mysticjourneyschurch.org. You can also become a member to get supplements and stuff through our website. We're going to be offering the teas through our supplement program. If you guys, I think it's like $50 for the membership for the month. Comes with supplements anyway. If you guys purchase that membership, then it will come with the Zeta teas that are coming out May 1st. So you guys stay tuned.
Make sure you designate HB as your
100%, right?
So that you'll be getting his stuff. Yeah.
Sweet. And yeah, we'll try to release a new flavor every month, at least until we run out of flavor ideas. And I even have kind of ideas for Halloween, releasing Halloween themed flavors. I'm kind of coming up with ideas now. Maybe even for Christmas, I'm thinking about doing a mint tea flavor, kind of on peppermint tea, so on theme for Christmas. We'll see. And then the whole theme, the logo is going to change as well, too, for all the Christmas themed and Halloween themed.
Do you know what Celestial Seasonings probably top 3 teas are?
What's that?
Sleepy Time.
Peppermint.
Peppermint. And it's a single ingredient.
Peppermint. Yeah. And that's what I was really thinking. I'm just going to make it a very simple, 100%. Like a very simple ingredient kind of thing, just straightforward.
It is, and their mint room that's the highlight of the tour for me. You just walk in and your eyes close, everything starts burning. You're like, oh, it burns so good. Oh, my eyes. Minty. So fresh.
Yeah, that's kind of what I want to make.
Spookinberry.
Sounds like something you guys would be interested in, then let me know.
Spooky Berry for Halloween.
Yeah.
Maybe
I thought about something like that, something like maybe, even like gummy worm. I even thought about it. I'm like, how would I do a gummy worm flavor? Or something kind of like, yeah. David was coming up with a couple ideas in Discord as well that were kind of like.
Are you determined to keep the flavor natural?
What do you mean by that?
Because I could.
I mean, that's possible.
I know that, I'm pretty sure we can't use the word snozberry, but if you wanted to do a snoz fruit tea, I could help you just use the recipe that I used to do for my gummies. It's
and then make it into a tea.
It is a tea base. But there's one ingredient that's not necessarily natural. You can find it natural and food grade, but it's hard. Amyl acetate. It's really, really hard to find like a naturally sourced amyl acetate?
I mean, it's not something that I have marketed my teas being, but so far everything I've done with it has been organic materials and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Even down to the agave that I use and stuff. But I'd be open to that. I mean, I guess
It's something I have
I
looked
just put it on the bottle.
It's
Yeah,
just hard to find a source for the natural where they can prove that it was a naturally sourced, like actually
I get it.
fermented instead of created in the lab amyl acetate. And
yeah, I'm
that's
not
what you
against any of
want.
that
Right, but
because that's the whole point of my tea. If you go back and look at that thing here, let me pull it up real fast. It's like meeting the old school with the new school. I want to take the old school knowledge of these flavors and concepts, or even like you're saying with like it comes from bacteria, but with the new school modern day twist. Like we don't have to grow it when we can just do it in a lab.
yep.
So that's the whole thing I'm trying to do here is create a mixture of the old school meets new school. Because
Okay.
the Egyptians have been doing this stuff forever, but yet what I'm doing is taking the chemicals of the chocolate and putting it in there. So it's not necessarily natural, but it's just like you were saying, like you can find these chemicals in chocolate,
Right.
but the chemicals didn't come from chocolate themselves.
Like even though
It's just
amyl
from-
acetate is a natural ingredient, it's not always a natural ingredient.
So that's
can
what
be
basically
created
what I'm
right.
running off of right now anyway.
And most of the time,
And,
it
if
is.
it means that much to you, then you know what? Go find somebody else who doesn't know mushroom tea because there's not very many people out there who do it. And well, like I said, what I focus on mainly is quality, consistency, and you want to get a clean, fresh product every single time. So,
Nice.
yeah, there might be something in that's not quite natural, but it's like not gonna hurt you. It'll be fine. The ones that like the two chemicals in the chocolate that I have, they're actually dietary supplements. So, and they're way less than what you would take for a daily amount in each bottle. So, even if you drink 4 bottles, you're still within the daily value. So, it's
Heck,
super safe.
Ginger and cinnamon and capsaicin, those are all dietary supplements too.
Yeah, 100%. And that's kind of how I curated this by making sure that if people drink more than 1 bottle, that they wouldn't have like 3 times the amount of daily value of ginger and turmeric.
Not something to panic about.
Yeah. Not that it would be anyway, but yeah, just makes it better for people. Again, appreciate everybody's support. Thank you guys so much. Thanks to everybody in the chat, and we'll see how this thing goes. Hopefully, it rockets off to Zeta and back. That'd be really cool.
Safe travels. He said he's
Yeah.
he's driving, so he was able
Yeah.
to listen to her. So safe travels, Ray.
Be safe, Ray.
100%, man. Be good. Have a great night, everybody. Well, guys, we'll see you tomorrow for Riffin. You guys know where to check us out on Mystics. If you guys need anything, check our links in the description of YouTube. We'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye, everyone. Have a great night.
See you, everybody.